Greetings, everyone. You're listening to the Aquila View. I'm your host Narayan, and we are back with yet another interesting episode. Today we have with us Team Adrenaline from Lucknow, India. The team has Aryan as their sponsorship manager, Divyansh, who looks up to the team and he's leading the team basically and is also the design engineer. Prabal, who is the marketing manager, and Lavish, who basically manages resources. The team in the past year has won multiple awards like the Innovation Award, or you call it Innovative Thinking Award, Digital Media Award, and the Scrutineering Award, leading them to finish as seventh out of 80 teams participating in virtual India Nationals 2020. And now they're competing with us in Nationals of 2021. Moving ahead, over the next course of 20 to 25 minutes, we'll be talking to all of these young minds over different aspects of Formula One in schools and their busy yet adventurous journey till here. So, before wasting any further time, let's get into the podcast. Firstly, welcome everybody to what we call the Aquila View family. I hope you all have been doing extremely well in these situations of pandemic. And I guess I'd like to extend a big thanks to Formula One in Schools India and Time of Sports for putting their best to keep all of us engaged and in making this competition happening virtually with best user experience they could provide us with. Before moving forward, I'd like you all to break the ice for us by giving us a short and brief introduction about yourselves and what your role exactly is in Team Adrenaline. We'll start with Aryan.
Hello, my name is Aryan Pandey and I am the sponsorship manager of the team.
Hello, I'm Divyansh, and I look over the teams so that all the work goes very smoothly.
Hello. So I'm Lavish. I'm the resource manager of the team. I basically look after all the resources and how the money is appointed to each task.
Hello to the viewers. I'm Prabal Agarwal, the marketing manager, and my responsibility is to look out and set up our identity for our team, and that's how we would like to represent ourselves.
That was really nice and quick, crisp introduction. Before we actually move on, I'd like to know the situation of COVID that's currently going on in Lucknow, and what the situation is like, and are there enough beds available in hospitals, and is there a crisis of oxygen going on, or what's the exact scenario?
Uh, I don't think that there's a good situation going on here because definitely there's a lack of bed for people, and even oxygen supply is less. And it's quite horrifying to think what's happening outside our homes, and there's nothing we can do about it rather than just take care of ourselves right now.
Definitely, I guess. And I mean, as you said that, I mean, situation is horrifying. And what we've been seeing in the media, basically the statistics and numbers are just a manipulative number that we have been hearing. Uh, because if we compare the number of deaths, from what hospital has reported to the cremation center, there's a huge difference that we could find out right now. But definitely, I guess the people of India are really coming forward and helping each other out. And I hope that we all recover from this very soon so that we are able to at least compete physically in Formula One in schools because it's all about that race, that knockout races that actually happened. And that's the whole point of doing Formula One in schools. So, my first question to you all is that how did you all started your journey, and how Team Adrenaline came into existence, and I mean, how does the formation look like of team?
So, like when the competition was introduced to us, like of course it sounded very interesting, but while we began, thinking about whether we should join in or not, um, we were actually the last people who decided to join in the competition. It was a very last moment, and apparently before we could, register for the competition, the teams were already decided. So we were the last one. So there was no other way than to just, form a team ourselves. So it was basically destiny, but the things worked out.
Definitely. So, I mean, you all are friends in a school, or I mean, are you friends or you became friends through this competition?
When we started, we weren't as close, and Prabal wasn't even a part of the team back then. Me, Mayank was our operation manager, and Lavish and Aryan. So we four were the original ones. We weren't that close, but as we, progressed, we also became quite close. And last year we had Prabal with us, and he became quite a family to the team.
So, guys, the question comes here is that why you all are doing Formula One in schools competition? I mean, as you said that the competition looks interesting, but there's always a thinking, personal thinking, basically that is involved to each and every person. That all right, I'm doing this competition for gaining some skills, for gaining connections, or whatever. So, why you guys are doing it for? We'll start with Aryan.
Actually, I always used to have a very deep interest in cars, and I had never been a part of a STEM program before. So I was very curious regarding the competition, and then it led to this amazing thing. Yeah.
Awesome, Divyansh, why you are doing it?
I think it keeps me busy and enhances my skills. Like uh, as of yesterday, I was working for about 5 hours. Like I don't know if it sounds like a brag or something, but it's the truth. I was working for 5 hours and I didn't even notice the time because it's something that I like doing. I get to use my creativity, I get to use my skills and all. So as long as my mind's working and I'm having fun, of course I'm going to stay in the competition.
Yeah, exactly. Lavish, why you are doing it?
So like I'm a science student, so science has always fascinated me. So when I got to know about this competition, it told me like it's related to engineering, get to know about designing, and you get to know about marketing, which is like the most important skill you need to have in today's world. So I think that's what made me do participate in this.
Prabal, what was the spike that inspired you to do this competition?
Like first of all, when I was in class 11th, it was just a fun activity because we were usually free at that time, and sir actually showed a very interesting video, so that really pulled me up. But actually, when we went deeper into the competition, all that energy, all that students coming around, all the teacher or judges coming out giving your suggestions about your projects, your marketing, and despite you trying to put in your best efforts, and you think that it is the perfect, but somehow they give you proper instructions and suggestions. So of course, I do completely agree with Lavish that we are science students, and something this is something which is going to build up on, because I'm a computer science student. I'm thinking of pursuing engineering, so it is all about engineering, design, marketing, which will actually make me ready for the future, I guess. So now it is more about all the collaboration, working within a team, and learning these skills.
Definitely. I totally agree to each one of you's point because even we all are doing it because it give you a wholesome aspect of working in a team. That all right, how an organization works like, and every team member's contribution really matters because individually you definitely just can't do anything. If we particularly talk about F1 in schools, and if we just take this whole model of Formula One in schools to and compare it with an organization, it's gonna be same, I guess, because someone is obviously doing marketing, and someone is working on the product, and someone is doing the sales, and eventually if all of these things combinedly work in a loop, that would give you the success. So definitely, my next question is to Divyansh. Divyansh, so you're the team manager, right? And what, according to you, is true leadership, and what all challenges you face while bringing the team till this level of stage of the competition?
So I'll start with the challenges, I guess. Uh, so all the team members, working together. Of course, we have to divide our roles and all. So looking over everyone, uh, thinking about them, they like if they're doing the work or not, whether the rate at which they're doing, is it fine, will it be able to uh, will I be able to give the work in time and all. So that was a difficult part, and keeping them motivated and all. So I guess that was a challenge. Yeah.
Okay, and what, according to you, are some true leadership skills?
Um, I think it would be like if one of my team members, don't recognize me as a leader and looks all of us together as a team. That would be uh, a good skill of a team leader. The team is working well, not the team leader.
Exactly. And team leaders should definitely understand that team leader itself is a part of a team, right? So there's no hierarchy. Like you're not placed somewhere upwards in hierarchy, but as a team manager, it's your moral responsibility to provide them with comfort zones and obviously check on what exactly is going on and how the timeline is working and how things are going on. So definitely, that's a great answer to my question. My next question is to Aryan as it's related to sponsorships. So Aryan, what about what strategies you guys make in order to approach these sponsors? And is it through connections or is it through just cold emailing them or just DMing them over Instagram? Like, how does that strategy look like?
Our mutual like relatives and all, they suggested us few companies whom we contacted on our own and tried to convince them, and like who then we shortlisted from like what the names that we got, and tried to convince them wherever like the deal final deal was okay and it came out to perfect. Those are the like two big ones.
All right. So I mean, definitely some was through emailing them, and some were through connections, and then you finalize that. All right, these are the people that who could really sponsor us. Then you eventually, finalize the deal and moved ahead in the sponsorships. That's amazing. Uh, Also, this question is regarding the digital media and marketing. So I guess Prabal would be the best person to answer it. So Prabal, what exact strategy you guys follow to keep up with your social media and align it with your team identity? And what's your posting schedule like? And how do you think that all right, this is something that we should post or post it on our Instagram or all our social media handles?
First of all, starting with, I would like to state our objective that was to get more reach or get more attention from the F1 community, from the racers community, from the enterprise, because after all, we were promoting ourselves along with the brands which has sponsored us. So somewhere we also have to carry their identity with us, and how do we collaborate or match their identity or mix their identity with us? So that was our initial intention, to spread out the word, so that if whatever sponsorship we are taking from our sponsors is also justified, that we are able to justify while spreading their word. So that was one thing. Another point that you asked was, how do we align our post with our brand or our sponsors? So to answer that, if you see all our posts, there is some set of color pattern to it, like black, gray, and a shade of blue. So that is one thing. We have a slogan. We always write different descriptions with different taglines, just to approach more people, so that we are more visible to the people. And apart from that, talking about the schedule, like 3 months before the events, we actually mainstreamed our social media marketing to truly highlight what our car was, what our updates were, how the team was working as a whole, our projects, our progress. Also, we divided into main post stories. But then also we also had a site website to it, so that if someone wanted to approach us through that, they can approach that. We just not went on to Instagram. We also actually spread out to different mediums such as Facebook and Twitter, because we understand many type of people, like particularly business people, or are present on Twitter more than Instagram, and particular site of community we have on Facebook. So we were trying to make a match and trying to see which post is more appropriate for a particular event. We were trying to be more formal on the Twitter handle, and more informal and more of a fun, with releasing our activities, competitions, games in our offers on the Instagram, and trying to approach and make it more interactive with the people.
Amazing, amazing to hear about your strategies and scheduling pattern and how you align it with your team identity. Amazing to hear. I guess even the audience who is listening to us would really get to know that. All right, these are the things that we should also follow in order to be a like in order to maintain a perfect social media handle. Uh, So, this was about digital media and marketing. Divyansh, this is for you to answer. So, what's the most important thing you consider as a team leader? That all right? I mean, because apart from team leader, you are also the design engineer. So, what is the inspiration behind designing your car? Right? That how you basically start designing your car.
I guess we take inspiration from a lot of like different cars itself, like from different teams. But more than inspiration, we focus on that we're progressing. Like design should be like better from the last time. Like we make several prototypes, and the next one should be better than the last one. We try that. We put the car in the flow design and all, so that we can get an analysis of the car. And if it seems better, then we add on to it. We make if the car is perfect and you're satisfied with it, you don't really need an inspiration.
So basically, it's a trial and error method or model that you guys follow. So, which softwares do you all use for designing and basically for CAM, CFD, and CAD, basically?
Yeah, we use Autodesk Fusion 360, and for analysis we use flow design and CFD.
Amazing. So moving on with some questions that I personally wanted to ask you guys is what is the most important aspect of this competition in order to win? Because you guys definitely have been to national, right? So there might be a particularly a lot of things that you guys might have realized that all right, at this particular time, if we would have done this, we might have qualified for the world finals, right? So is it the portfolio or the pit display? What is it?
So the thing is, you can't really focus on one thing. Like you're saying, was it the portfolio or the pit display? You have to focus on everything. If you leave something behind, it's going to reflect in your scorecard. Like, um, if you don't focus on the pit display, you're going to lose a lot of marks, and ultimately that will reflect on your results. So I guess like the last time in the nationals, we did work very hard. Uh, I like it was really uh, a tough job to maintain the speed, but we did the work in time. And but ultimately, there was some things that we didn't look closer into, and we lost track of it. So like now we're pretty clear what we have to do, and we're pretty sure this time it's going to be better.
Definitely. And I guess you guys finished seventh out of 80 teams. So that itself is a very big deal, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone was astonished because it was our first time, and yeah, yeah, it was our first time, and the regionals was definitely not good. Um, we didn't really know what the competition was about. We're just doing things. We're submitting things in time. Like it was very very difficult to maintain. We didn't really know the competition, but nationals we knew what we were doing. So ultimately, for the newcomer team, it was a good result.
Exactly. And again, there was a shock that was given to almost, I mean, all of the teams that it would be happening virtually due to the ongoing pandemic. So I guess multiple things might have changed. The competition regulations might have changed. So I guess you guys really did a fantastic job finishing up seventh out of 80 teams. And being a newcomer team really means a lot, I guess. So, I mean, carrying forward, since you guys have been participating in the competition for almost 2 years now, if I'm correct. You guys have also won the Enterprise Portfolio Award for designing it the best in regional category, if I'm correct on that as well. What do you think, according to you, what all should be included in a enterprise portfolio that makes it complete and would end up getting the highest amount of points?
Although it might sound crazy, but like in the regional, like we didn't really know what was happening. As I said, and I didn't really look at the regulations as well as I should have. But ultimately, the portfolio came off really well. Like, of course, we got the award, but we need. the only thing you need to focus on is the regulations. If there's something more that you've added, if it's not satisfying the judge, it, it's going to come off really bad. Like in our previous portfolios, there were some things that we mentioned, although it was good that we added, but it didn't really satisfy the judge. So of course, you only need to go with the regulations, nothing more, nothing less.
All right. I mean, if you want to score the maximum, just follow the scorecard and just stick to it. And I guess you would be doing best in your portfolios and and in every category that you are, every category that has been divided by Formula One in school. Lastly, I guess, I mean, over the course of, I mean, almost 20 to 25 minutes, we talked about multiple aspects, starting from your journey, uh, talking about sponsorship, designing, and also marketing. Lastly, to conclude, I'd like to ask all of you guys that since you're also participating in the national finals of 2021, what exactly is going right now in the team and what is your strategy in order to nail it this time?
And in strategies like for me, it's more like to get as many sponsors the main target. But I would also like to more help in the more like portfolio and other stuff like and coordinate with my team and work me as like sorry at that like however they want me to work and fully coordinate and help them to make their work easier so that we can like if one task gets done then we can focus more on the second one and it will be like we'll do better work than what we have thought in the first.
You'll be totally dedicated towards providing the best coordination to the team, so that the team eventually gets succeeded. Awesome, Divyansh.
So as our tagline says, progressing as we proceed. That's the whole motive right now. Like if I do something today, like if I get an idea to edit it and make it better, I just keep on perfecting it, making as better as I can. Of course, we're doing all the tasks according to the time, but we are also focusing on the quality of the.
Awesome. So, Lavish.
So like all of us are in class 12 right now, and Prabal is actually finishing class 12. So taking out time was like is a bit difficult right now, but we are somehow managing and thinking that last time we came so close, like we came seven. So this time we can actually win it. So it's just that everyone is motivated by that, and we are somehow doing the work, like also doing our studies simultaneously.
Obviously, if you talk about India, it's really hard to manage academics and the non-academic part. Definitely, and I mean, you guys have really nailed it. Definitely, because managing both of these things simultaneously and still finishing up seventh, it's really a big deal. Prabal.
Like according to me, going ahead with the marketing and digital art presence, it is not a one-day show. So the only approach that I will be taking for this year is that trying to spread or give out more information about the internal operations of a team, and also not to be expressing ourselves so much that we are leaking out our secrets and our major plans, but to maintain a right balance of the major strategic things which we are that is happening in between the team, and how our sponsors can be promoted more, and how on different types of people, like right now seeing through the media trends, I observed that we have only few people from the F1 communities, other teams are observing us, but to diversify our content to please other audience as well.
I mean, that's all I could say that you guys have been putting up some great work on the table. And I wish you all the very best that you guys qualify for the World Final this year. And amazing. So by this, I guess we have come to the end of this wonderful episode with this amazing people from Team Adrenaline. Till then, stay tuned to the Aquila View. I'm your host, Narayan, signing off.